안녕하세요. So today is the last lesson of this course. We have finished the Korean alphabet Hangul, congratulations, and now we will learn some common greetings and phrases in Korean language. And today we will learn how to introduce ourselves in Korean language. So let's start with the first word that I always say in the beginning of every video lesson. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요 means hello, hi, namaste, namaskar and so on. So it is a greeting that can be used at any time of the day with anyone, whether it's the person is male, female, young, old, anyone. You can just say 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요 is hello. The next phrase that we will learn is 만나서 반가워요. 만나서 반가워요. 만나서 반가워요 means I am happy to meet you. It's nice to meet you. 만나서 반가워요. 안녕하세요. 만나서 반가워요. Nice to meet you. The next important phrase is 감사합니다. 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 감사합니다 means thank you. 감사합니다. There is one more phrase that they use for thank you, and that is this one. 고마워요. 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 Thank you. So 감사합니다, 고마워요, both are same. Now this word means sorry. 미안해요. 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 Sorry. Now how to say bye in Korean when you are leaving or the other person is leaving? So there are two words in Korean language for bye depending on whether the other person is leaving or he is staying. So if the person is leaving, the other person, then you will say 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요. And if the person is staying and you are leaving, then you will say 안녕히 계세요. 안녕히 계세요. 안녕히 계세요. So here if you see, only one letter is changing. 가세요 here. 가세요. 안녕히 가세요 will mean please go well. And 안녕히 계세요 means please stay well. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 계세요. If you are a fan of Korean drama and movies, you must be knowing these phrases already, I'm sure. But now, because you have learned Hangul, so instead of looking at the Roman pronunciation, you should look at the words in Korean and try to read them with correct pronunciation. And today we will learn how to introduce ourselves in Korean language. So the first expression, the first phrase or first sentence we will learn is this one. 저는. The first word is 저는, which means I. Then you will tell your name and then you will say 이에요 or 이에요. I will explain which one to use. So I will say 저는 서티시예요. 저는 서티시예요, which means I am Satish. So as you must be guessing that 예요 basically this means am or is or are. It's in Hindi like hai or hum or ho. Is am are is 예요 예요. Now that whether to use 예요 or 예요 will depend on how your name is spelled. So if your name is ending with a final consonant, a pachim if you remember, then you will use 이에요. And if your name is ending with a vowel sound, there is no pachim, then you will say 예요. Let's try to understand it with an example. So if someone's name is Ram, so here the letter in highlighted syllable is the name Ram. So you can see that the word Ram has a pachim. It's R plus A plus M. M is the pachim here. So Ram. So because it has a pachim, so we will use EAO. So we will say 저는 람이에요. 저는 람이에요. But let's say someone's name is Raju instead of Ram. So in the word Raju, there is no pachim at the end. The word is ending with U, Ra and Ju. So there is no pachim. So here we will use yeyo. So we will say 저는 라주예요. 라주예요. But if you notice, in speaking it doesn't sound much different. It sounds very same. Ramiyeyo, Rajuyeyo. It sounds like yeyo, yeyo, yeyo. But when you write, it matters like how you're writing it. So in writing you have to be careful. In the speaking, both sound very, very same. Okay. So just try to write your name and see how it ends. Now you may ask like how to write my name, how to write this character. So when writing names, there is no specific rule that you have to follow. You are free to write whatever way you want to write. So, and always remember that it's impossible to write your name 100% correctly, like with 100% correct pronunciation in any other language. You will have to do some compromise. So it will not be 100% close, 100% accurate sound. So you just try to get as close as possible to get the sound that you want. And it's totally up to you how you want to write your name. There is no rule that that you have to follow. So yeyo and yeyo, I hope you understood. 저는 사티시예요 means I am Satish. Now if you want to say that I am Indian. Now India, if you remember, we had seen that word Indo. Indo means India. And here if we read this sentence, it says 저는, the country name, it can be any country, and then 사람이에요. 사람 means person. So when you say Indo Saram, it means Indian person, Indian citizen, Indian. So 저는 인도 사람이에요 means I am Indian or I am from India. 저는 인도 사람이에요. If someone is Korean, he will say 저는 한국 사람이에요 because 한국 is Korea. 저는 한국 사람이에요. Now if you want to talk about your occupation, whether you are a student, you are a working person, you are a doctor, teacher, you will follow the same structure. If you must have noticed so far that it will be 저는, I, and something, and is MR, right? So 예요, 예요 will be used in all the situations like this. So you can say 저는, whatever your occupation is, and 예요 or 예요. So it will mean I am this, I am a student, I am a doctor, I am a teacher. So here if you read this sentence, it's 저는 학생이에요. 학생 means student, 학생. So 저는 학생이에요 will mean I am a student. Now teacher in Korean language means 선생님. 선생님. So if you want to say that I am a teacher, you will say 저는 선생님이에요. 저는 선생님이에요. I am a teacher. And in the same way, you can use, even if you don't know the word for your occupation, you can just use the English word and you can say 저는 engineer이에요. 저는 doctor이에요. 저는 or something. Or you can look for the word. Finding words is very easy. You can just go to any online dictionary and you can look for the Korean word for your occupation, and then you can just put in the sentence 저는, that word, and 예요. So if I want to combine all this information and want to do a self-introduction, I can say it like this. 안녕하세요. 저는 사티시예요. 인도 사람이에요. So notice here one thing, that here I didn't say 저는, I just say 인도 사람이에요. In Korean language, it's very common to drop the subject. You don't need to say 저는, 저는, 저는 in every sentence. It's very common that you will drop the subject word from the sentence. So 인도 사람이에요 means, if you literally translate it, means Indian is or Indian am. But 저는 is just hidden there. So it's understood from the context. So again, 안녕하세요. 저는 사티시예요. 인도 사람이에요. 저는 선생님이에요. 만나서 반가워요. 감사합니다. That's it. That's a very simple and crisp self-introduction. So why don't you try introducing yourself in Korean language from now on. So that's the end of this email course. And now if you want to take your Korean language learning journey further, then you can keep self-studying. We have so many Korean language lessons available on our YouTube channel. Or if you want to learn Korean language in a systematic way, thoroughly, and if you want to be able to pass TOPIK test or use Korean language skills to apply for scholarships or to get a job in Korea or Korean language field, then you can also enroll in our regular program, level 1 program. That is, the details can be found on the learnkorean.in website. It's a 3-month course, level 1, and we start from 0. And this thing you already know, so it will be much easier. It will be much easier for you to understand everything. And we have a lot of listening activity, a lot of speaking activities in the classroom with native Korean teachers. So it's a very intensive, very comprehensive program. So those who are serious about learning Korean language further and they want to use it in your career, they can enroll in the level 1 course of LKI. I will highly recommend it. Those who just want to learn some basics as a hobby, you have learned how to read the Hangul. Now you can learn a few lessons. You can follow some lessons on our YouTube channel, and that should be good enough for you. So all the best. If you have any questions, you feel free to mail me at info@learnkorean.in, or you can connect to us through any of our social media channels, LKI Facebook group, LKI Instagram, or LKI YouTube channel. So I hope you enjoyed the course, and I wish you all the very best. 감사합니다.